Hi beautiful people. Now today's video I am answering a question for an amazing subscriber who had a question around anti-money laundering. So here it is.
Hello, Sabrina. I'm Hayden. I'm new to property and I just started out my sourcing business. And I have three questions for you. Is that okay? Okay, so first of all, it's how long does it take to register with anti-money laundering? We've started the process, but it seems like it's quite a bit.
So that question came in from Aiden, who subscribes to YouTube. Hey Aiden, and I thought I'd answer this question for you today via a video. There are a number of things you need to do to be a legitimate deal sourcer, okay? So the first one, or one of them, is the anti-money laundering, right? You've got to register with HMRC and get your anti-money laundering and be certified and be aware of that process, what it looks like, and how to report a suspect or report your suspicions. The other thing is ICO, which is the Information Commissioner's Office. You got to register with them, and that's all around the GPDR. Oops, sorry guys, I meant the GDPR regulations, and making sure that you are following those and so forth. All of these bodies, they make sure that you have a process to be able to navigate in that area. So they want to ensure that you have thought about information that you're collecting, how you're collecting it, where you're collecting it, organizing that information and so forth. Then you have insurance that you gotta have. You gotta have some professional indemnity. And then lastly, you've got to be registered with a property Regis scheme. And there's currently two at the moment. The property Regis scheme is one, and the other one is the property ombudsman, right? And that's fantastic. So with the anti-money laundering, which is one of the 4 parts that you need to do in order to be a legal deal sourcer, right? Saucy. You've got to register with the HMRC. Now, there are a number of organizations who have to do this. So it's not just estate agents, also known as, property sources, because you're sourcing the properties for the buyers, right? Same thing as a property sourcer. You're like an estate agent for investors, right? So it's the same thing. You would register as an estate agent because you're an estate agent for investors, and you would come under that criteria. But there are other organizations that do need to register, such as the tax accountants or casinos, any kind of like money businesses that are transferring large amounts of money. They want you to understand around all of that area. So what is anti-money laundering, right? Well, anti-money laundering is the policies, I was forgetting for a second, the policies, the laws, and the regulations and legislations all around anti-money laundering. There's regulations, legislations, and all that stuff in place to prevent money that has been obtained from illegal practices being made good or being made legal by transacting in a number of transactions, washing the money clean. So you as a service provider would need to be able to spot someone who is trying to wash their dirty money clean through your business. You understand? So this is what you're registering. Now in the registration, there are processes that you gotta do, right? Now, he's asking me about this. How long does it take, right? So I thought, let me just go through the application process with y'all. I'm not going to go through the application. I just wanted to let you know what my experience is registering with anti-money laundering, so I can share that with you, and then you know what you can expect. Now, in the first instance, once you press start, you have to go and fill out all this information about your business. You'd fill out the information about the business, you fill out the information about the director too, and any other people who are associated with your business, from a close perspective, any other directors or shareholders or stuff like that. So not necessarily your accountant who you're using, not your power team, just people who are in your business. They want to know about those people, right? Then you got to allocate an officer who's going to be responsible for all the reporting of the suspicions that you may come against. So you allocate the person. Then it asks us a number of other questions about the business. If you're a new startup, because really and truly you shouldn't be property sourcing without this anti-money laundering in place, then you may not have to worry. But there's a lot of information that they do ask about the business, where it's going to happen, where's the transactions, but where's the business actually going to be running from, and the premises and so forth. You do have to register and pay per premises. So if you have more than one premises, I'll be very surprised you're even watching this video, but thank you. But if you have more than one premises, you'd have to register your £320 per premises, or £300 per premises, something like that. Right? And then you register that way. Now, from there, you complete your application. They do ask you questions such as, have you already got a risk assessment in place? Have you already sought someone to be your anti-money laundering officer, your reporting officer? And have you sought any professional advice in this area already or not, right? And answer truthfully. I answered truthfully at the time, and I didn't. I hadn't sought professional advice because, to be fair, I mean, I had sought professional advice because at the time when I even, you know, was going for all of this, I was going to borrow some money from some investors in America, and they're in America. We met through LinkedIn, had a couple of conversations over the phone, a couple of Zooms, and he was ready to lend. So I asked my solicitor, what do I need, you know, to make sure this is all legit? And this is what he said, you know, you need bam, 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 bam. So I took that because he mentioned anti-money laundering, so I thought that was my professional advice. But I don't think they mean that. I think they mean proper, allocated, professional, sit-down solicitor's advice. So I took no. I never did that. So because I hadn't. And then a number of other questions. But, you know, when I first put in the application, I never got the anti-money laundering straight away. They wanted me to complete out a course, to complete a anti-money laundering course, so I can learn about all the regulations and the laws within anti-money laundering, and that was quite easy. At first I felt a bit worried, like, where am I going to get a course? This could, you know, I could be robbed and stolen. Anyone can take money from me and say this is a course and I don't get anything in return. But fortunately, on Indeed, and I don't get no money for this, but on Indeed, I did see that they had anti-money laundering courses for £10, £15, and I felt a lot more better going through them, so I ended up purchasing a course through there. And the good thing is you can purchase how many hours commitment, so you could do a 3-hour course, a 5-hour course, a 5-day course, you could do a whole damn degree. So they have that variety of options of, you know, what one you want to go for, and it depends how deep you want to go with it, depends on the one you want to get. But either way, you do have to get some kind of advice. The other thing they wanted me to have in place is some form of assessment, some risk assessment around spotting my suspicions and what that process is, what that looks like. So I went back and created one of those, and there is information out there on Google if you need information on that. You literally become a computer geek, right? Just become a little computer geek and fill it out and find the information. And that was that. And that was pretty much it. Once I had done those 2 items, I got an email confirming that everything's good to go and I have my anti-money laundering. And that was quite straightforward. You know, it wasn't daunting, it wasn't straightforward. It was straightforward and it wasn't daunting. And I would say all in all, the process took about a month. So from me going in, and the same day I complete the application is, wow, you don't see the jingle. I used to be fit. I ain't fit no more. Anyway. I used to be fit, you see, my mind, because I actually felt a jingle and I'm like, wow, I've clearly been enjoying my food, yes. But if you taste my cooking, you'll understand why I'm gaining weight. My food is good, huh, son? My food's good, right?
Yeah, it is. Damn.
Very good. All right, so yeah, stay over there because I can see you in the video. Otherwise, yeah, stay there. So, but that's it.
2, 1, and go.
But that's it. There you have it. You know, that is the process. It took me about 30 days. But in saying that, in my research, I had seen someone who'd raised a complaint because it had been 3 months for them. They had been told no, and so they'd done this whole Freedom of Information Act stuff. I don't know what happened. I read that and I got a bit worried. I was like, oh damn, what does this mean? Is it going to be hard? But for me, it wasn't hard. And I'm happy that the process was smooth. But I don't know what the process is going to be like for you. They do a fit and proper test. They want to make sure that you legit, you all good, you're in it. But no. They do the fit and proper test, not necessarily for you, because you're an estate agent, you're watching this on your property, and it's only for money, services, businesses. So you don't need to worry about the fit and proper test. You just need to worry about making sure you got your risk assessment, your assessment in place, and making sure that you know the anti-money laundering legalities by taking a course and getting yourself equipped with the right information. And to be fair, you don't want no one making no money off of you. You don't want nobody running no illegitimate scam through your business, because it can go down, honey. It can go down. And I do like to think about consequences, so I don't do nothing that can get me in trouble by the law. You know what I'm saying? I try to play on the up. As I like to be on the yeah. But I hope you found this information useful. I know I Googled like a mother when it came to trying to find out about anti-money laundering, and I was happy I did because it equipped you. But to be honest, the government have a lot of information on their website, as well as that if you click a link that clicks a link that clicks a link, you can find so much more information. You can even pretty much find your whole risk assessment if you look hard enough, and then you tailor it to your own self, tailor it to your premises, tailor it to the way you operate as a business, and make it relevant to your business. But you know, the process is smooth, it's easy, it's good, and I hope you enjoy it. If you like this video and you found it useful, be sure to hit that subscribe button, show me some love. Let me know that you like the channel, okay? And I will see you in another video. Take care, bye.